Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we'll be painting these watercolor Christmas cards together. So let's get started. I'm going to set up my camera real quick and it will shake for a minute. Okay. Hi, if you're watching live, feel free to say hi in the chat and let me know if you'll be painting along with me. Okay, sorry. There we go. Okay, I'm going to quickly go over my supplies before I get started. To make these watercolor Christmas cards, you need blank cards like these. I got these like at a local craft store. And you'll also need watercolor paper. So I am using this handmade paper here that I got on Etsy. You can also just use whatever kind of watercolor paper you have. And you'll need masking tape because what I did, I taped my painting here onto my card. And so when someone gets this card from me, they can take the painting off and frame it if they want to. Or, I mean, they could just frame the card too. That's kind of how I made these cards. And then hi everyone. And then the brushes I am using my new silver black velvet brushes, and these are all round. I have a size 8, a size 4, a size 2, and then I might also use the size 0 Princeton Neptune round brush. And I am also using some various blues. So these here are from KMS Watercolor. They are just like some glittery metallic-y blues. And I'm also using this Mayan dark blue here from Daniel Smith. And these two metallic paints are from the Metallic Accents from Art Philosophy. And everything I'm talking about, like all my supplies, are listed below with links in the description of this video. And I'm also going to use this iridescent watercolor medium. And then you'll need some kind of white paint. So I have white gouache here, or you can use like a white gel pen, or white acrylic paint will be okay too. For example, we'll be using the white for the snowflake outline and also for the stars here. Hi Joyce. Good morning. Hi. Bia, is that you, the Coffee Cloud Studio? Hi Laura, Stevie, Sarah, Des, Chloe. Okay, yeah, I thought so, just want to make sure. Okay. All right, so let's get started. First, we are going to start with the pine tree card, and we'll be working back and forth between the two, because it takes a while for the first layer to dry. So we'll start with this. So I'm going to use this sheet of paper here. Hi, Fallon. Good morning. Okay. So you'll want a good size large brush. I'm going to use this size 8 round brush here, and I'm going to dip it in some water. And I'm going to take this dark blue I have. And by the way, you don't have to use the exact supplies I'm using. You can just use whatever kind of blues you have, or like whatever kind of colors you have. It doesn't have to be exactly like mine. So I'm just taking some of this dark blue here and putting it on my palette with some water. Bia says, I just made a new account because my first one is my personal one. This one will be my channel. Oh, exciting. That's exciting. Okay, and I'm going to mix some of this glittery blue into this just so I have some. I like the glittery effect because it kind of looks like stars, and I want this to be a night sky. Okay, and I'm trying to mix a lot because I want to cover almost all of the piece of paper with this. And I'm going to start at the very top here. Okay, so I'm going to start at the very top. And I kind of want the edge of my painting, as you can see here, I want this edge to be just kind of messy looking. That's just the look I'm going for. If you want a clean edge, you'll want to use masking tape and tape around the edge. Okay. And I'm going to add some more of this dark blue just straight out of the pan and add it to the very top. I want the very top to be the darkest. And then I'm going to I'm trying to make like a gradient. So dark blue and then kind of fades into a lighter blue. And I'm going to take some of this blue here that's a little lighter and add that in here right below this darker blue. And then I'm going to take some of this pink, metallic-y pink, add that in. Bia says, I'm so excited to paint this. Yay! I'm excited. You're excited. This is fun. I don't think I've ever done a tutorial like this, like Christmas cards. It's something different, which is always fun to do. Okay, I'm going to take some of this lighter blue. And just kind of add some of that in. Okay, and then this is about where I want my tree line to be, as you can see. So I'm gonna use whatever blue is, or pink, whatever is left in my brush, and add some water in my brush and kind of make this lighter. And I'm gonna kind of go around the edge here, make this a little bit more choppy looking. Okay, and then I'm going to take this iridescent white. It's white, it just has some blue in it from me using it. So I'm going to take some of this iridescent color and add some down here. I want this to somewhat look like snow, like how snow glitters in the light, like in the night sky. Bia says, I'm very out of practice due to school and I missed painting. And then she says, the watercolors are so pretty, by the way. They are. These, the one I'm using right now are from KMS Watercolor, and she makes beautiful handmade watercolor paints, and she has a lot of like shimmery colors, and they're always so beautiful. I do have a 10% off coupon code for you to her shop in the description. Yeah, I love her paints. Okay, let's see. So I'm looking at my card here. I think I want to add a bit more dark blue in this area. So since it's still wet, I'm going to add some of this dark blue here in. I just kind of want it to be a little darker. Bia says, I'm going to give these cards to my grandma. Oh, that's so sweet. I bet she'll love them. Des says, that's very pretty paper. It is. Yeah, I got it from Etsy. I did link the Etsy shop below. I love this paper. And I'm running out. I need to get some more. I use this to paint on, but I kind of prefer it as like to make prints. But it is fun to paint on once in a while. It's just kind of, it's just really different than arches, and arches is what I usually use for my paintings. So I'm just trying to get the sky the way I want it to look. Okay. I'm cleaning my brush. Des says, I need to start painting again too. Have not painted in 2 or 3 weeks. You know what? Sometimes we just need a break. And I have gone that long without painting before. And sometimes it's just nice to do that, to take a break. I'm going to take this iridescent watercolor medium now. Okay, it's kind of hard to open. Ugh. Hold on. Okay. So yeah, it's kind of a weird consistency, but yeah, it's really fun to play with. And that's just some paint in there that I accidentally have in there. So I'm gonna take this brush and just dip it in here. You can mix this into your watercolor paints to make them shimmery. Sometimes I just like to put it directly on my painting, like down here. Because down here I want it to look like snow. So I'm just adding some of that in. Okay. Now I'm going to clean my brush. Des says, that is a common feeling, always running out of paper. It is, oh my gosh. I recently ran out of my favorite size of Arches paper, the 8x8 size. And I order through Blick usually, and they've been out of stock. So I need to see if they're back in stock. It's been kind of sad not having that paper. Okay, we are going to let this dry. And then when it dries, we will then add in these pine trees and the stars. And while we're waiting for this to dry, we will get started on the other card, which is a snowflake. Okay. Hi, Geet Ika. I hope I said your name right. They say it's 8:40 p.m. here. The color scheme is so nice. Yeah, I wanted to do these 2 types of cards because the colors are similar. And I thought they would just go well together. Bia says, I haven't noticed the mixing palette. Where did you get it? This is from an Etsy shop. Gosh, I don't remember the name of it. But if I try to remember, I'll link the Etsy shop in the description. Okay, so we're going to do the first layer on this one a lot like this one, except it's not going to be a gradient. It's instead just going to be some random colors here and there. So as you can see, I have some pinks and I have some blues and purples. So you'll want a large brush again, and I'm just going to use this. I'm going to start out with this blue here. You can like wet your whole entire paper first with water if you want, and then like drop in different colors. Here I'm kind of doing like a wet on dry method where I am just adding paint directly on my paper without wetting it first. So I'm going to add some dark blue up here. The good thing about this handmade paper is that it stays wet for a good amount of time, so I can take my time usually and move my paint around. So yeah, I'm adding some of this purple, this metallic-y purple. So just kind of have fun with it. But you do want your background to be fairly dark. You don't want it to be too light, because if it's too light, you won't be able to see your snowflake. And I'm going to add some of this glittery blue. So if you are painting along with me, how's it going? Are you having fun? I was thinking next Friday, if you guys want, we can do another watercolor Christmas card tutorial together. I really liked Bia's idea with like some greenery, like a wreath maybe, and maybe like a mistletoe or something. So I would love to know your thoughts if that's what you guys want me to do for next week, or if there's like another idea you have. Okay, I'm going to add some more of this darker blue. Sarah says wreath and mistletoe would be nice. And then Sarah Reed says mistletoe and holly. Well, that's a good one. Bia says, no problem. Hi, Chloe. Chloe says, yes, keep the Christmas content coming. Okay. Oops, I don't think you could see what I was doing. I'm just kind of adding this dark blue in some areas. I feel like my background needs to be a little darker, so I'm just adding some of this dark blue. So what are you guys up to this weekend? I don't have too many plans. Jimmy and I are going to have dinner with my sister-in-law and brother-in-law, and I will probably do some painting. I've been messing around with Procreate a lot. It's been so fun. I recently got these Procreate watercolor brushes, and I'm currently like obsessed with it. I'll have to show you guys them sometime, maybe in Instagram stories, but I do talk about it in a vlog I'm filming right now. So the next vlog that will come out, I'll share about them, but that's been a lot of fun. Okay. I think I'm going to add some of this purple. This is so fun. It's nice to do paintings like this once in a while. That doesn't require a lot of thought, and you just play around. Okay, I think I'm pretty much happy with my background. If your paint does start to dry, you might want to just let it dry, and then when that layer dries, work more on it, because you don't want to overwork your painting. So yeah, I'm going to let this dry now, and when it dries, we will paint on the snowflake. Okay. Okay, guys, it's time for a little break, a little fun break that I like to do. Wait, hold on. During these live videos. Okay, break time. I'm going to share with you the artist spotlight. So every live video, I do an artist spotlight, and I choose the artist who I spotlight by visiting my new hashtag, Allison Line Art Tutorial, on Instagram. And if you use that hashtag when you post your finished painting from a tutorial of mine, you may be featured in the next live video. So today's feature is Sarah Lucas. She's here now, I think. And I linked her Instagram and her YouTube in the description of this video. She has a YouTube channel too, which is cool. So she did the pine cone tutorial from last week. Isn't it beautiful? So good. So good, Sarah. And then she's also part of my Nature with Watercolor membership, which is closed right now, but I do have a wait list. So if you want to be notified when that opens back up, there's a link below. But yeah, this is a tutorial for my Nature with Watercolor members. So good, Sarah. Okay, yeah, so if you want to support her on Instagram and her YouTube channel, I linked those below for you guys. Okay, let's get back to that tutorial. All right, it will shake for a few seconds. Sorry about that. Okay. You're welcome, Sarah. Aw, you guys are so encouraging to each other. Okay. So now this is the pine tree card that we are doing. So now it's time to paint in the pine trees. So let's do that. I'm going to now use my size 4 round brush here, so it's a little smaller. And I'm going to be using this Mayan Dark Blue from Daniel Smith. And it's already on my palette. And I am mixing maybe like 50% water, 50% paint. That's kind of my ratio here. So first, we're just going to kind of sketch them out, like where we want them. And then we will make them a little like more detailed. So you can add as many pine trees as you want. Here I added like 5 or 6. So I'm going to start at like on this side. And I kind of want to do like a U shape so that they kind of like angle inward. So I'm going to start like up here. So I'm going to start at the very top of the pine tree, and I'm just kind of sketching out where I want it. Like this. So nothing too fancy, just a little sketch, okay? And then the other one, a little lower, so like here. And then the next one, maybe a little lower. And as you can see, I'm leaving a little bit of that lighter layer underneath, like exposed. I'm not covering the whole entire, like I'm not making a triangle shape. It's kind of loose. Okay, then this next one, let's see. I think I'm gonna make it a little lower too. Okay, and then this other one is going to be a little higher. And then this last one, a little higher. Okay, and then I might do another one kind of up here that kind of goes off of the paper. Bia says, when I put the brush in water, the bristles separated. Oh. What kind of brushes do you have? Hi, Green. How are you doing? I'm so excited you're here. I hope you're doing well. Thank you. Bia says the painting is looking beautiful or wonderful. And then she says, how are the new paintbrushes going? I think I'm getting a bit talkative. No, that's okay. Don't feel like you're talking too much. I'm glad you're chatting. Yeah, I'm loving these silver black velvet brushes. I recently got these, and they are so nice, so worth the money. They are kind of expensive, but they're worth it. And I only bought 3 because they're kind of pricey. But I do want to get more. They are so nice. Okay. So I'm going to take more of this Mayan Dark Blue now. And this time, I'm not going to mix as much water in it. So it's going to be a little darker. Okay. And then I think I might move to my smaller brush, actually. So I'm cleaning this brush right now. Okay. I'm going to move to my size 2 brush. Okay, yeah, I don't know. It could be your brushes, Bia, because I put mine in water and they don't really, like, my bristles don't separate. So it could just be that. Grain says, are they your favorite watercolor brushes to date? Yes, they are. So I've used a few other kinds. I've used these Princeton Neptune brushes like a lot. And these are really good too. But yeah, these I like better. Okay, so now we're going to go back over these pine trees. And this time we're going to add more detail. So I'm going to start at the very top. And kind of make like branches like this. And I am leaving some of that lighter blue underneath exposed. Okay, and I kind of want to fade out the bottom of the tree a little bit. So I just cleaned my brush a little, and then with some water in my brush, I'm going to kind of fade out that blue. Okay. And now I'm going to move on to the next tree. Okay. Okay, I'm going to feed out the bottoms of those last 2 trees. Have you guys ever painted Christmas cards before? I haven't. But I have made like other kinds of cards similar to these, like how I tape the watercolor painting on the actual card. Like I made some ones with flowers. Hi, Joyce. Joyce says, these paintings are so pretty. I'm looking forward to painting a few for my family and friends. Thank you for the tutorial. Oh, you're welcome. I'm sure they'll love those cards that you give them. Yeah, I think I might give mine to some family for Christmas. Sarah Reed says, I used to make all different cards. Ooh, so were they watercolor? Like you painted them? Bia says, do you have any tips on how I can take the tape out of the painting? Mine keeps ripping every time. Okay, is the actual painting ripping or is it the tape that's ripping? Okay. And this pine tree kind of cuts off on this side. I'm going to kind of fade out the bottom. And let's see, on this card, I kind of made some in the distance, as you can see. And so they're not as dark. They're faded looking. So if you want to do that, you can. Okay, now it's time to add some details like the stars and I'm going to add some snow on the trees. Sarah Lucas says, no, I haven't painted Christmas cards before. These ones are really pretty. Bia says, it's the tape that rips out of my artwork. And she says, I think I haven't painted any cards yet. It could be the quality of the tape. Maybe the quality isn't that good, and so that's why it keeps ripping. I haven't had that problem. I don't really know, but you might just want to try like a different kind of tape. Okay, so for the snow, I'm using this iridescent watercolor medium. And if you don't have this, which you might not, you can just use like a white gel pen, or you might want to try like white watercolor paint or white gouache, or you can just leave them like they are. I think they look just fine how they are. So I'm just kind of adding some snow here and there. Hi, Ashton. Ashton says, dropping in to say hi. If you're going live next week, I'll be able to make it. Oh, yeah, that's exciting. Yeah, I will be going live next week. So, yeah, maybe I'll see you then. Yeah, I won't be going live on Black Friday because I'll be gone with I'll be visiting my parents for Thanksgiving then. But next Friday, the week before Black Friday, I will be going live. Okay. Thank you, Bia. now it's time to paint in these stars. So yeah, this card is kind of turning out a little different, but I like that. I like that they are different. So for these stars, I think I used white gouache, but I think I used my white gel pen for these snowflakes. And I liked that better. I liked using the gel pen better, but I guess I will see what works best. And you want to make sure your painting is dry. Okay. So I added like a few like big stars, and then I added some smaller stars, and then I drew in more stars at the top and then have them fade out. So I'm going to take my white gel pen, kind of draw in some little stars. I kind of want a big one to be maybe here. And then for the big ones, I like to make like little I don't know what they're called, tails. Like that. Okay, and then I'm going to add a large star like up here. Okay. And then another one like here. And then maybe a smaller one like down here. Okay, that's not much smaller, but okay. I like that. I'm gonna add some more stars up here. And there we go. This is the pine tree one. So yeah, what do you guys think? At the end of the video, I will show you how I attach these paintings onto the cards. So we'll do that soon. Okay, now it's time to work more on the snowflake. Okay. Here we go. So again, I'm going to use my white gel pen. And you'll want to find the center of the painting. So my center is like about here. And you don't have to draw the exact snowflake I'm doing. but you can if you want. Okay, so this snowflake has okay, my gel pen isn't working. Okay, there we go. So there's like a long line, a long straight line. And then one that is the same length that goes down. I think that's about the same length. Okay. And then there are two on each side that go out, and we want them to kind of be this like the same space in between. So if you want, you can imagine a line going out here in the middle and kind of eyeing where a line between the middle line here and this line would be. So like this. And then now this next line is going to be in between these two. And then now we want to make these same lines on the other side. So they, like this one is basically a continuation of this one here. So it probably won't be perfect, and that's okay. This is just like fun. So yeah. All right. And then the next thing we do is we draw in lines towards the bottom. So about this far away from the middle. It's like this. Okay. And then now we're going to make the, I'm going to call them petals, the petals of the snowflake. Okay, so this part is a little tricky. You want them, like you want to keep in mind as you draw these out that there is another set of petals on the other line. So just keep that in mind. And they start at the very, like where this part ends. Oh, you have to leave, Bia? Okay. Yeah, have a good day. Thank you for hanging out with us. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and go all the way around. This is the same snowflake I like to paint for my Christmas ornaments. I've thought about doing a tutorial for you guys on how I paint my Christmas ornaments. Would you be interested in something like that? I don't have any to show you right now, but yeah, I've thought about it. So if that is something you want to see me like learn how to paint, just let me know. Okay, now we're going to do the next layer of leaves on the snowflake. So these are a little higher, like there's like a space in between, so like that. Okay, now we are going to do another layer of leaves. If you want to, you can do this too, or you can paint in the triangles, or that's not a triangle, whatever the shape is, diamond. But I'm going to do another layer of these leaves. Okay, so now we're going to extend these lines a little bit. So to where the tips of the leaves are. And then we're going to draw in diamonds. So if you're not painting this snowflake or this tutorial with me, are you working on anything right now? Like any artwork, or what are you up to? Okay, now I'm going to draw in this part of the snowflake. So we have like 3 dots, and it's in the middle here. So three dots. and then a diamond, and then a dot after the diamond. And then I also put some dots after each diamond. And then dots in between. Yeah, in between these here. Okay, now we're going to fill in the snowflake. If you want, you can leave it like this if you like it. I actually really like this. I really like that actually. But you can fill it in with another paint. Here I filled mine in with like a light blue, a light glittery blue paint. There's a chance I might leave mine unfilled because I kind of like how the background like shows underneath it. What do you guys think? Should I fill in my snowflake? I'm not sure. If I don't, I feel like I should go back over my snowflake with whitewash maybe to make it stand out more. Let's see. I'm going to take my size 0 round brush here. Thank you, Des. Yeah, I think I might leave mine unpainted because I like that. So I think later on I will go back over the snowflake with my white gouache to make it pop more. Okay, now we're going to paint in these 2 snowflakes down here. You don't have to do this if you don't want. It just kind of adds more. So I guess I should draw it because I'm using my gel pen. So this one I have in the corner, and it's just like a little round circle, and then triangles. They're not triangles. They're diamonds. Some diamonds that emerge out of the small circle. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to go over this with white gouache too. It's just easier to draw it with a gel pen than use my white gouache with a brush. And then there are 3 dots after the diamonds. And then a dot in between each diamond. And then if you want, yeah, you can fill in the snowflake with like another color, like a light blue. I didn't do that with this one. I just kind of left it. Okay, then we will draw in the other snowflake. This one's a little different. It's like a little circle. And then we have lines. like this. And then we have leaves, kind of like what these are, except mine are kind of more round for the smaller snowflake. So it looks kind of like a flower. And then we have a diamond. I kind of made my lines too long, but it's fine. And then some circles, or some dots, like 2 dots in between. And then a dot after each diamond. Okay, yeah, I like that. What do you guys think? Okay, now I will show you how I connect my painting onto my cards. So I'm going to grab the pine tree one. And I have my cards here. They're just blank white cards. And I forgot to do something. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to trim my watercolor paper to the size of my card. Yeah, so it's okay, it's fine. And then you want to take some masking tape. And then just put it in the center of your card like this. And then you can attach your painting. You might need like more than one piece. There you go. And when you give this to someone, they can detach the painting and frame it. So it's kind of like, it's not just a card, it's also like a little gift too. I really like the handmade paper. I feel like it gives it like a unique look. Cool. I love how shimmery it is. Yeah, Sarah, I think it is a really good idea. Because I feel like it's really hard to find really good greeting cards that you can paint on with watercolor that won't like warp your card. And also you could use like actual watercolor paper for your card too. I guess that would work, but I feel like this is better in my opinion because they can detach the painting. Yeah, I love it. So fun. Thanks, Sarah. Thank you guys for hanging out with me during this live video. Oops, I just dropped one of my cards. Okay. It was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it inspired you to make some handmade watercolor Christmas cards. Yeah. I really like the background on this one. So yeah, thank you for joining me. I will see you next Friday for another live tutorial, and we will paint 2 more Christmas cards together. So if you haven't subscribed yet, feel free to subscribe and join us for next week's live tutorial. It's going to be fun. Thank you, Joyce. She says, they came out so nice. Have a great weekend, everyone. You too. You're welcome, Sarah. Okay, guys, thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Take care, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Bye, guys.